Please don't skip those ads. Thank you.
UNN, the Lion's Den, a metropolis of endless possibilities and infinite dreams. This great institution houses students from different spheres of life. For many of us, it's hard to imagine what life would be like without sight. But for some of the blind students of the University of Nigeria, it's a reality they face every day. It is important we explore the experiences of blind individuals in the educational sector. We will hear from blind individuals and those who have worked with them to understand the challenges and successes of navigating the educational system without sight. For the everyday blind person, navigating the school environment is not a lone task. They need a form of assistance in one form or the other to go about their daily tasks. Through their stories, we will gain understanding of what it means to be blind and the resilience and strength it takes to be a blind person, amongst other persons without any disability in the school environment. This is the story of the blind in the University of Nigeria and the incredible journeys they are on.
Okay, my name is Joy Michael. I'm from Enugu State. I'm studying mass communication in University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and I'm the third child of my family, and I lost my sight at the age of 11. I was not born blind. It happened through a terrible illness. When I was in GSS 2, I was down with malaria and I took antibiotic, and the next day my body started swelling, and that's how it affected my sight. So from the doctors checking and everything, they said the drug reacted badly to my body and it affected my sight, and nothing could be done about my sight anymore. So that's how I lost my sight at the age of 11.
My name is John Ocheadoy. I'm actually from Benue State, but I live in Lagos. I'm a 300 level student of mass communication. I got blind in the year 2004, but then I was actually partially sighted. I could see a little bit, but I lost my sight completely in 2008. What happened was that in 2001, I was actually very, very ill. So I went to the hospital, and after a while, I got diagnosed of having glaucoma. So with that, within the next 3 years, the glaucoma actually developed, and by 2004, the blindness actually got worse because of an expired eye drug I took in 2004. So that actually wasn't the situation, but with that I had to drop out of normal schooling, and I went to a special school in Lagos in 2005.
I've had a lot of experiences, being a blind person and also studying in a country like Nigeria is so difficult because the facilities are not there, things are not there. You get to enhance our easy learning. Like some of my challenges in class, I used to get lost when they start making use of description, which I can't see, and the lecturer is not even ready to describe to me what it's actually saying, or using projector to project something. I always feel lost, and sometimes I think it's not the determination I have schooling. The thing sometimes makes me cry or want to quit schooling. Do you get? So I had a lot of experience even from when I write my first JAM. So it was not easy until JAM noticed that they need to improve in their way of setting questions, and so they have to start contacting us, lodging a hotel and bringing a nice environment where all of us will come together and they'll read out the question for we to answer. So JAMs really make that a bit easy for person with visual impairment. But University of Nigeria Nsukka is so difficult. Wow, okay, now let me bring it down in terms of writing of exams. In terms of writing of exams, one, they won't give you extra time and they don't even bother that. You listen before you answer.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
and it also consumes a lot of time. So, I think they have to like educate our lecturers on how to handle persons with visual impairments.
Okay.
Yes, let them have this adequate knowledge, because most times they won't even know that what they are doing is wrong. Okay,
Yes,
they are not
I
really
get you.
carrying these persons along. So they need to have adequate orientation about person living with disability. You get, and know how to meet with them, understand them, and make their learning process easy.
Actually, I was told in 2004 to drop out of the normal schooling so that I can go to a special school. I didn't take that lightly initially because, I mean, after making so much friends and now I have to leave them and go somewhere else what I don't even understand. So actually took me time before I could understand what was going on. But then in 2005, I went to a special school in Lagos called Pacheli School for the Blind. So that's where I was till 2011 when I wrote common entrance into secondary school common entrance, and I got a scholarship to study at to do my secondary school at Loyola Jesuit College in Abuja. So that's where I was from 2011 to 2017 before I finally got admission into University of Nigeria and Super here. So actually the experience so far has been great, most especially for my secondary education, because I mean someone like me going to a school where the school fees is 3.5 million is something that was actually lovely for me and my family, because I mean education for visually impaired persons is actually something that has not been looked into in this country yet, but the secondary school actually saw it, deemed it fit for visually impaired persons to go to such a school. Normally it would have been 3.5 million for school fees, but I went there free because I passed the common entrance with 96%. So I was one of those that was chosen. So studying there was actually very good for me because the teachers were actually very considerate. They understood what to do, and it was very, very, very lovely for me. Then coming down here, the experience has not been bad. I've been coping, at least I'm in third year now. So far I've been doing very well for myself, and a number of my lecturers have been supporting basically. So the experience has had some good sides but some bad sides also.
Working with them, it needs to be somebody that is patient, that should be patient in all ramifications. You have to be patient. If you are not patient enough, you can't work with them. So you work with them, you will be somebody that can condone everything. I didn't make it except you will have to condone even the insults and the delay or other things. Even you will be somebody that have soft mind. If not, you will not be able to do it. So I still say that you have to do it because they didn't buy the condition. It's not sold. It's just by accident. So you have to be humanly minded.
Okay, living life as a visually impaired person is not easy in Nigeria. I face challenges from my family, friends, and also my educational pursuit in life. Okay, my family never knew that someone blind can actually go to school. So when I lost my sight, I felt maybe this is the end for me, and there's nothing I could do again. So I have to summon courage, and I was believing in God that something good will come out of me.
Yeah.
So when I was at home, yes, they actually even locked me indoor. I couldn't go out.
Really?
My siblings will all go to school. I would just remain at home, and I was dying in depression. So one day I walk up to my mom and tell her, "Mom, please, if you want me to leave, take me out. At least let me see persons, talk to them, and also associate with persons. This will give me this freedom or this happiness." She agreed. She started taking me to her shop. So in her shop, someone now met me and said, why not in school? You get? And I said, really, I don't know that I could go to school. The person knows there's school for you. So the person actually took me to where I was registered, and I learned how to write in Braille and how to type and also how to read and write in Braille. You get? So with that, I could cope in any educational sector. So then I went back to school with my Braille writing. I'll copy my notes, read, and during exams, I type for my teachers. That's how I used and finish up my secondary school and write JAM and enter university.
Well, for someone with disability, first thing you need to know is discrimination is possible, is bound, like it's something that you know you have to face. Because in a country like Nigeria, we don't yet understand. We don't still feel, we don't know, or we don't understand why a blind person or anybody living with disability should be in school. So most of the times when you go out there, like for someone like me now, coming to school is actually a daunting task, because you wake up by 6 a.m. and you get yourself to an 8 o'clock class, and you come out there and look for someone to take you to class. Most of these people probably, even though they are going your way, they might tell you, no, I'm not going your way, or I can't help you, sorry please, I'm going late for my class. So actually getting yourself to class is actually a challenge. And one thing again is, you ask some people, please hold holding you basically. For a blind person now, you need someone to hold you when you are walking. And holding you in this school is something that most people don't even want to. Because I don't know, some people feel like blindness is a disease or something like that. I mean, someone actually told a friend of mine that Jesus, she can't hold him because she doesn't want to become blind also. He actually felt bad that day, but he had to just dust it off and move on. So that is actually a challenge. Well, for someone like me, one thing I have done that has helped me so far is knowing that not every human being is the same. There are people that will want to work with you, and there are people that don't want to. There are people that understand, there are people that will never understand. So all you need to do is, for people who still have that ignorance, you explain to them. And for someone like me, I'm actually doing very well in school. So most of the times, my classmates actually come to me for help in terms of helping them to do this, helping them write. I write a lot. Writing is actually my calling, and I write news and I write other things, articles and stuff like that. So my educational progress in terms of writing and in terms of my grades so far has actually put me out there for people to know that, okay, it's not just, blindness is not actually a problem, it's actually just a little bit of challenge. And so that's one thing for visually impaired person, a person living with disability. You have to put in more extra, you have to do more for people to understand, because people believe that you are done. Like once you have this disability, there's nothing for you again, like it is over, it is over. But you have to put that extra effort. That even though if people are going 5 miles, they are going 10. Because you have to prove a point, basically. So that's how I've been able to do it.
In the pursuit of knowledge, blind students often face hurdles that go beyond the classroom. Equal access to education remains a distant dream. The social dynamics can be isolating, leaving blind students feeling misunderstood and left out.
That's a really big question, because if you're asking me that, I feel like that's more for the VC or the SHO president, because it's not in my capacity to handle it in the school environment. But if you bring it down to the department, a lot of things can be done to help them, because of course there are students with special needs. They can't be treated like every other student. In the area of discrimination, that is mostly based on the individual level. Right. Also, at the level of the system, I would say that a lot of things are not in place to assist with their education. They need brailles, they need them audio books, they need things basically, especially the visually impaired, right? So what I would suggest would be that the system from the top should make provision for these students. They are students with special needs. But then on our part, we can, and we already have we run a very inclusive government for the visually impaired students. We have one of them representing us at faculty level as a member of the House of Representatives, serving second term. We had welfare packages handed out to them during the course of the session. During our cultural day, we gave them special recognition. They were treated specially. Also, we made sure that none of them paid marker dues for the session. So these are things that we could do. We did the little we could. But in the case of making education a lot better for them, that is more from the system. Yeah.
Alright. Things that the school should do differently. One, they should create an empathy, not sympathy. Now, what I mean by empathy, putting themselves in our shoes, because we didn't make ourselves blind. Do you get? So these are natural things that happens and life has to move on. So they should create an empathy, putting themselves in our shoes. They should imagine, if I'm this person, what and what do I think I need? Then they should also create an awareness, employing staffs that are well oriented and creating facility. At least come one-on-one with us, ask us what are challenges. From there, they can know what to do for us. Like now, there is no conducive environment. In the hostel, we just manage because it's not even conducive. We just manage it just like that. The road are scattered, a lot of gutters. I fall into gutters many times. So these are things they should look out for.
Sometime in June, that was June 22nd, 2023, we hosted the first disability awareness program in UNN here. And we got to bring the dean in. There's the dean of student affairs, Professor Major, was here. And the vice chancellor also, Professor Arize, was actually represented by the director of academic planning. So we actually listed out what we want the school to do and what they've done so far. Basically, the school has given us a library, a special session library, where persons with disability can come and sit down to read and do other things. So with that, the school has done kind of a little bit, but more needs to be done in terms of lecturers and fellow students. In the lecturer aspect, the lecturers need to understand that as a blind person, there are so many things that we can't do, but the advent of technology is helping us do most of these things. So things like textbook now, a lecturer when giving textbook, a visually impaired person cannot read a hard copy of the textbook. Why don't you just provide a soft copy of the textbook? It's not that the person cannot pay for it. He or she can pay for the textbook. Provide the soft copy. Another aspect is you are lecturing in class. You are pointing to things on the board. You should always remember that there is a person that can't see in your class. Not everybody can see the board. So you should say whatever, you should be more explanatory in what you are saying on the board. Be more conversational. Let the person understand what you are doing. Because if the person doesn't understand, the person just basically came to class to just sit down and go home without achieving anything. And that is actually not lecturing. So if these lecturers can do this and be more considerate, then I think the educational system in this school will be more inviting. Fellow students, I know not everybody understands visually impaired person or person living with disability, but you need to be more considerate.
They should create an environment where is visually impaired accessible, like where we can access, and also materials. They shouldn't be giving out materials and ignoring that there are some persons that couldn't read hard copy, there are some people that couldn't see these things. Like they should create materials, making of soft copy, recorded materials, and making it available for us.
When you see a visually impaired person anywhere, ask the person, what do you want? Do you want to go somewhere? Do you want to do something? Even if you can't help that person, you can connect the person with someone that is actually passing. Because, I mean, last 2 weeks, I was trying to go to my department, that was mass communication. And I came out of the hostel. I met someone going to faculty of art, and the person said he cannot help me, he's late. I'm like, okay, but you're going to my faculty. He said, yes, but he's late. I said, okay, is it not just for both of us to just walk there? He said, no, the lecturer will say he's late. I said, okay, fine. It was a girl that was going somewhere else. She was going to social science. She was going to social work. She was the one that actually brought me to my department. She actually took me to my class. And she was also having 9 o'clock class. That was by 8:45. And this girl actually did that. If she goes to the class and tells the lecturer, okay, please, say I'm late because I actually helped a visually impaired person to do this, the lecturer should actually be able to understand and say, okay, fine, enter my class or something like that. So with all this put in place, and if the school administration actually, they should do more in terms of, I mean, the roads in this school. For someone like me now, I live in Lagos. I actually move around on my own, navigate Lagos on my own. But since I came to this school, I've not been able to do that because of how the school setting is. I mean, we need speed bump in some places in the school. Some of these drivers, the way they drive in this school is actually quite annoying and quite scary. So I don't want to be hit by a vehicle. I don't want to die now. I never reach time. So with that now, if the school will be more considerate, the lecturers and the students do more to help persons living with disability, I think this school will be more invited than other universities out there.
As our journey through the lives of these remarkable individuals comes to an end, we are reminded that the power of empathy, inclusion, and education knows no bounds. By embracing the unique perspectives and abilities of blind students, we sow the seeds of a brighter and more compassionate future where barriers crumble, stereotypes fade, and every classroom becomes a sanctuary of growth and opportunity. Let us stand together in unity, forging a path towards a world where blind students not only conquer challenges but soar to heights above imagination. Their journey inspires us all to open our hearts, open our minds, and pave the way for a more inclusive tomorrow. Together, we can turn dreams into reality, ensuring that no vision is limited, no potential is underestimated, and every child's right to a quality education is fiercely protected. As we bid farewell, let their stories ignite a flame within us, igniting the change we wish to see.